Hello
Hello,
there,
Kyle Katarn here,
and the Bendu.
coming back for another reaction to The Bad Batch,
Season
Episode
2,
8.
Episode 8.
That's right, Part 2 of our double feature extravaganza. Shout out to Nerd Chronic for editing this reaction for us and sneaking it past the Disney blockade. Rio
Let's through the
Chuchi
forces with
is in some hot water right now. She has just straight up revealed to Rampart that she knows about the Camino thing. Well, not directly.
you.
She
Not directly, but
heavily
pretty
implied it, and he's
straightforwardly.
smart enough to have. That's all he needs, you know.
And now she also has a dead clone assassin who just cyanide pilled himself.
Oh,
But
that
now
was
she's teamed up
gnarly.
with Captain Rex. But unfortunately, now she's teamed up with a well-known fugitive because Rex has already left. Is well known.
It's true.
Left the
Rex has
Empire.
been famously AWOL for a minute now, ever since the Siege of Mandalore, actually.
Yeah.
But now that Cody's in the wind, I'm still really hoping that we get Cody in this second episode here.
Dude,
He
I
has
was
not shown up yet.
surprised that the Manchurian candidate wasn't Cody. There was like half a second where the visor showed up and like they saw that and they showed that the clone still had hair because my original thought was crosshair, but you were
Right,
correct
sure.
in
I think
saying
that's what they
it was him.
wanted us to think. That's like the misdirect that they wanted.
Yeah.
But the fact that Crosshair, why does he have this random clone doing this work for him? Clearly, this is work that Crosshair should be doing, right? So what is Crosshair up to that he's not able to do this himself? That's my question.
Yeah.
All right. We have a Patreon poll to get to right here because we posted 2. So this is a poll question that's kind of out of left field, may seem a little random, but we asked you guys, will Sid survive this season? Yes or no? With 10 votes total, 70% say yes. She's making it out of this one alive. And 30% said no. Interesting. I think she's surviving. I don't think there's any danger of her dying. I honestly don't think it's that kind of show. I think that if they're going to kill someone, they're going to really build up to it, and then they're going to make a real meal of it. And I just don't see us spending that much time with Sid, honestly. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. So considering the first 2 episodes were to emphasize trust or mistrust between the group and with Sid, like the amount of times that has given them jobs and the jobs completely fall through, and now Sid.
Yeah, she doesn't have a great track record, does she?
Exactly. So her track record is starting to become more visually known and talked about whenever we see them grouped together.
I think they could have a falling out, like a parting of ways, but I don't think she's going to.
And then the last episode with the race that we see her in the race, and the other dude's like, "You should always trust Sid. Sid's willing to throw people under the bus."
Right.
Blah blah blah. So it's like when I originally came up with that question, I was like, okay, well, it's mid-season. It's mid-season. Anything could happen. By the end of the season, who knows? Maybe like they're in a tight spot and like she sacrifices herself, or maybe like, who knows?
That would be kind of a cool like redemption. I don't think she's done anything bad enough to them to require like that kind of redemption yet,
No, it would just be her like sacrificing herself to keep the clones from getting caught or some shit.
Which would be very noble of her, and I think maybe a little bit out of character. I don't know. I feel like all that is required of her is maybe like, hey, sorry I screwed you over, kids. Like, that's all she needs to do. Aiden Pullen says, while keeping Sid alive works well for bringing them back as a cameo or something, I think dying would serve the growth of the rest of the main cast more. It's kind of like what you're saying.
True.
Mr. Napcake says, while I didn't consider the possibility of her death until now, I think Sid will make it out alive. The most I can picture is a near-death experience that could happen to her relationship with the Bat. That could happen if her relationship with the Batch worsens. Regardless, I'm excited to see how Sid's relationship with the Batch changes as the season goes on and taps further into her shadier side.
Exactly.
Her shadier side? Does she have any other side? She's all shady.
She could either continue to be super shady and just turn into like one of those people of like, you know what, we really don't want to be associated or friends with you because like everything you do turns to shit. Or right. She could have the chance of becoming a good person.
Which, to be fair, we all have that one friend.
Yeah.
But they're still our friend, so like maybe Sid's not going anywhere. And Jay, final comment is from Jay, and it says, I think Sid will survive. The real question is, will the Bad Batch stay with her? And I think the answer is no. Hunter is probably not a fan of Sid or her pirate friend after the 2 near-death heists they sent the Batch to. This is all totally what you were saying. Hunter's main concern is the safety of his brothers and little sister. Echo probably has no interest in remaining with Sid. He's been consistently talking about how the Empire is a problem, we should help Rex, etc. So he will probably jump on the let's ditch Sid bandwagon. Tech will probably have some kind of equation regarding Sid's reliability and will probably reinforce Hunter and Echo's opinions.
Yep.
Wrecker will probably be happy with whatever. I still don't know how he feels one way or the other. He's leaning towards fighting.
I still don't know how Wrecker feels.
I assume he will agree with Hunter regarding keeping Omega safe. He agrees with Tech. He said as much. And then there's Omega. The poor girl will probably be the only one who wants to stay with Sid. She has nobody but the Batch and Sid. She will probably be outvoted with the decision. In conclusion, I see them leaving Sid, and Sid will survive. And you know what? That's very insightful, and you bring up some very good points. But I don't think that Omega would vote for Sid anymore. Not after the last episode, because she has now seen firsthand the plight of the Wookiees against the Trandoshans. And she has always known that Sid sits there with a big old Wookiee pelt in the back of her chair in her office.
Oh, fuck.
But that's never really meant anything to Omega. But now Omega has a Wookiee friend. And she's been there and she's seen it. So I feel like that is going to change their relationship a little bit, maybe, you know?
Or she's just going to be ask a quick couple of potentially racist questions and be like, look, so I know you're a lizard person and you just got shot at by a lot of lizard people. So I just need to make sure.
I don't know, there's the whole like cultural sensitivity thing of like maybe she has that pelt because it's an heirloom, you know, and that's fine. But it's like it could get really awkward if she invites her friend Gungi over, you know?
Right? That's like keeping elephant tusks as a decoration because like your great grandparents like gave that shit to you, but it's like, do you really want to keep that? Like someone had to kill that elephant. Like,
well, there's a mile of difference between having a questionable relic because it's an heirloom and like having it openly displayed like on your desk.
Right.
It's not like she has it in a box somewhere because Graham gave it to her. It's like, no, that's draped on her fucking chair so that everyone who comes into the office can see it. It's a prized possession.
Here's my Nazi dagger for you to look at.
I don't know if the show's even going to revisit that and like draw attention to that fact. It's just something that I've noticed.
That's an excellent point. Oh my god.
Omega just went through a series of very pro Wookiee experiences, and then like Sid's over here with a dead fucking Wookiee skin on the back of her chair. That might not go over too well with Omega anymore.
That's true.
Are you ready?
I am.
Do it! Gonki! Finally! I knew Gonki was still okay.
Meditating again?
Trying. Gungi taught me, but it doesn't work for me the way it did for him.
He's a Jedi.
You want to try?
No. I don't enjoy solitude. I had enough of that on Skako Minor.
Ooh, yeah, you did.
This was where I fit. Where I was needed.
We have an incoming transmission.
Oh, Echo. We've seen you go through so much.
I know, seriously.
What do you need, Rex? I'll explain everything when you get to Coruscant. Coruscant?
We're not going there, dude.
What's on Coruscant?
It is the galactic capital.
Everything.
And thus, the heart of the Empire.
They won't be looking for us. I'd like to keep it that way. It's a covert mission. A simple data extraction, but a crucial one.
They don't want him to rescue the Senator. They want them to get onto the bridge of the Venator to get the evidence from Rampart.
I mean, Coruscant's a core world. It's not like you would need to have like an entry code to just enter the atmosphere, right? You should be able to.
No, you absolutely would. Yeah, it's like trying to land at LAX, dude. You need so much permission. And especially now that the Empire is in control. You know they crack down even more on passage between worlds.
These are the special clones I told you about.
Hello.
God, I love her goofy-ass waves so much.
He's an assassin. His identifying number's been wiped. Who is his target? A clone contact of mine named Slip. He said he was in danger.
Is it possible he never had an identifying number? Like he was grown in a separate vat or something?
Slip witnessed the truth. I wanted him to testify to Rampart's crimes.
Well, fuck. Couldn't the bad bat
fucking
testify?
Batch?
We must prove his crimes before it passes. I'll
I
return
like
to the
Rex's
Senate
new
and garner
costume.
support where I can.
I know. It's cool.
This is where the Senate gathers to discuss many pressing issues and legislation.
Can't believe that Omega is in the Senate right now.
Which one belongs to the clones?
Clones do not have representation
Ouch.
in the Senate. They never have. I am working to change that. To ensure you all have the same rights as any galactic citizen.
Oh, time for another secret meeting with Bale.
I was gonna say, what's up, R2C4?
If you're intent on seeing this through, then there is someone you should speak with. But her cooperation may not be forthcoming. Halle Bertoni.
She?
Who's that?
Former senator for Camino.
She was part of the Defense Finance Committee before being removed from office.
Interesting.
Do you know what happens when you dig around where you shouldn't? The few remaining Kaminoans scattered throughout the galaxy are of no importance to me. And therefore, not my
Damn.
concern.
It's like that.
I was there. I saw the Empire destroy everything, and I'm angry.
Lamasu was arrogant. Too confident his clones were a necessity to the Empire.
You must testify to that in front of the Senate tomorrow. He cannot continue to get away with what he's done.
Rampart is a mere cog in the machine. And my word won't do you any good.
Yeah, she was removed from office and probably, like, discredited or whatever. The Batch are going to come through. They're going to get the intel, but then she's going to
Oh
get
my god, that
murdered.
shot. Dude, there's so many people who are gonna get straight up murdered. like, this is horrible. This makes me, like...
Well, once the
this is
clones
supposed-
finally rise up, I think Rampart's going to have them all put down.
Dude, I'm not ready for Echo to not make it.
You're going to climb onto that thing. And then what, just like drop onto the Venator when it flies over it? There we go, there you go. Now you can bail. Nice. God, look at that shot. That really shows the scale of the Venator.
So classic Star Wars.
Nice.
So classic.
All right, we've made it to the bridge. Get the intel and just get the hell out.
Energy conduits are offline. The only way to retrieve the data is to reroute power, which will most likely signal a security breach. How much time will we have? Not much. Then let's make it quick.
Oh no.
Activation on vessel VZ-114.
Gonna have some company.
God, I love that alarm.
I know, it's so iconic.
Won't hold much longer.
I am expediting the file transfer as quickly as possible.
God, I felt that in my soul. File transfers take forever.
No. No. This is
There's
horrible.
literally an endless number of them here. Oh
Horrible.
god, viewings and everything. Nice.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what if they just steal the Venator?
This is the biggest shit show.
No way, I was
Iconic
joking.
60 seconds. Bro. No, not even.
Get
Not
fucked,
even.
Rampart. We're stealing your personal Venator. Ooh, maybe they're just gonna start it up and bail.
I think that's what's happening.
Strategy.
Yeah.
Escape pod.
No!
Dude, and they're using nothing but stuns the entire time. Like,
That's gonna come back and become important in convincing the clones.
it's like the podcast when we were talking about you should get a special reward for not killing anyone.
Oof.
Good job, Tech. Good job, Tech.
That's pretty smart. They all climbed into one, and they jettisoned like 6 of them.
And the matter resolved, there is no reason to delay the vote of the Imperial Defense Recruitment Bill further.
You were responsible for diverting Kaminoan funding to outside projects without Senate approval.
Oh my, murmur.
A formal investigation should clear things up. Unless you want to tell us now where those funds went.
Rampart was not expecting any sort of pushback at this point. He thought he'd silenced all the opposition, so this is gonna... I feel like he's gonna spiral here.
I assert that the Kaminoan cloning facilities were intentionally eliminated.
Whoa, there it is.
Wow.
Damn, it did cause a stir. Look at that.
Throwing that out there.
I don't know if Bail Organa approves of her just saying that, though.
I motion that Senator Chuchi be removed from these proceedings and she be censured for her misconduct.
I second the
Censored.
Senator Organa.
We've got it. Yes!
The recovered command log from Admiral Rampart's Venator, which indicates his own ships caused the destruction of Tipoca City.
Did anyone look at that recording before playing it, though? What if it's been doctored? Oh, nope. There it is. That's damning as hell.
Nope.
Damn. Talk your way out of that one, asshole. Like, Jesus.
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
And then they
Yeah,
paused
Banking
it
Clan.
right there.
Yeah, Banking Clan. What do you got to say?
Oh, my God.
Is it Palps?
Oh, my God. I just got chills.
That is chilling.
So eerie.
It would appear that Senator Chuchi's horrific assertions are correct. This unprovoked attack on Camino was a cowardly act by Admiral Rampart to further his own personal agenda.
Oh, he's finished. He's super finished.
Arrest and detain the Admiral.
Stay back. I was following orders. I was following.
Order! We shall have order!
Yeah, but they're just going to replace him with another puppet.
The fact that he's wearing all
I am
black.
deeply troubled by this recent revelation.
Oh, that voice.
My gratitude to Senator Chuchi for exposing a rogue element within our ranks. But I assure you, Admiral Rampart will face the consequences for his treachery. The fact that the clones under his command so blindly followed orders, inflicting such carnage without hesitation, gives me pause.
I don't like where this is going.
We shall usher in a new era.
Dude, those yellow eyes. Those yellow eyes.
Stormtrooper.
They said the
Imperial
thing.
Stormtrooper.
Damn. Okay, well, Rampart is kind of out of the picture.
Bro, we just witnessed history.
I don't understand. We did the right thing. We told the truth.
And he twisted it to his advantage.
Like a Sith Lord.
The fate of all the clones is now sealed. Because of us. What's gonna happen to them?
I don't know.
I know what's going to happen to them.
Wherever you end up, remember what I said.
What? What? Echo's leaving?
Best of luck, Echo.
Where's he going? What?
Luck with what?
I'm going with Rex. The clones will need our help now more than ever.
I love it. 501st boys, together forever.
Omega, this is something I have to do.
Oh, God damn it. Echo's going to die.
Oh, 501st boys back together? Fuck, man.
And there's the Clone Wars music. Echo was an excellent member of the batch, but he does belong with Rex. I feel like this episode was really unexpected the way it ended. I can't believe they took
I'm
Rampart.
so sad.
I don't think we've seen the last of Rampart. I think that something's going to happen behind closed doors that the Senate's not supposed to see, but like he did further Palpatine's plan and he might get rewarded for that. We don't know. Yeah, man, I'm super sad. I can't believe
I
Echo
started so happy.
leaving.
And I'm finishing so sad. What the fuck? They gave us Palpatine. They gave us.
Yeah, they
They
did.
gave us.
They gave us
Emperor
Ian McDermott Palpatine, my
Palpatine.
dude. Oh my
Bro.
god, it was great.
Bro.
I will never get tired of hearing his
Bro.
voice. Although you
Bro.
gotta wonder though, for all these Imperial senators, the Emperor comes out and he has the most evil fucking voice you've ever heard. And
he's
you're like,
wearing
oh yeah,
all
that guy's
black.
got my vote. Yeah.
He's wearing all black, and he has like these sinister, haunting yellow eyes.
He's not
and he
even
never
trying to
shows
hide it
his-
anymore.
Dude.
Oh
Dude.
man.
Dude.
Awesome.
Dude,
That was a
wasn't
great
expecting
episode,
that.
honestly. Like,
I've never been.
it's right up there with the last two parters. Seeing the evidence get played on the Senate floor, and then Rampart, like the cool and collected Rampart who always has a plan, finally like wide-eyed and panicky. That was satisfying.
But it was all still
was
part
satisfying.
of the Imperial plan. Like that's just.
Palpatine's like he's 5 steps ahead all the time. All the time.
Oh,
Like
dude.
Palpatine knew that the truth would come out, and he just manipulated it into exactly what he wanted all along. It's brilliant. This, oh man, it's such a complicated feeling too, trying to root for the batch, knowing that it can't end up going too well for them because we know how the rest of history plays out, you know? So like with the things that they are aiming for, we know they're not going to get everything they want.
Dude,
And it's just bittersweet to ramp up towards that disappointment for them, you know?
Oh, getting the Kaminoan senator, getting to see and hear certain things, getting Rex again. Like, but where the fuck is Crosshair? What is going on? Where is Crosshair? I think he's.
I wonder if
on an
Crosshair went
operation.
AWOL, and we just don't know about it yet. Because I feel like the job that he gave to that random clone is absolutely a job he would have given to Crosshair. And the fact that he didn't give it to Crosshair means Crosshair is not available, which means he's either on a mission or he fucking went after Cody and like went AWOL himself.
Ooh, good point. Ooh, interesting.
Like there's
there's still like maybe 4 episodes left in the season. Like there's
think so.
so much that the story can go. But dude, now knowing next week that like it's so bittersweet that like knowing Rex and Echo are together and they're hanging out and like we don't know what
we're gonna get.
Said, like,
we might get a batch episode without Echo. We might just get an Echo and Rex episode. Who knows?
Like again, kind of like what you're saying. Like Echo was a great addition to the batch, but he was never part of the original. Part of the original squad. So it's like
he was. That's not where he came from. He did not
Yeah.
come from the batch, but he does come from Rex's unit, and so there is like. It makes sense, you know. It feels right to put him there. Though these are 2 homes, and he belongs in both of them equally. And especially now that like, because what he said, he doesn't enjoy being solitary. You know, he wants the comfort of others, and he has that with the batch, but he recognizes that Rex doesn't have that anymore, and Rex is his brother too. So
or that Rex is already in a position where he's doing more and he's doing what he needs to be doing for his clone brother.
Well, right, he's doing more and he's helping other clones and he's servicing the cause and it's meaningful, but he's also by himself doing this, you know? He's a solitary agent going from clone to clone, like smuggling them out, and like he called in.
It's not like he's
Bad
hanging out
Batch
with
to help.
Ahsoka. It's true, yeah. It's not like he's hanging out.
He called in
with
the Bad Batch to
Ahsoka.
help because he can't do it single-handedly, and like Echo is like, you don't have to do this alone anymore. Like us together are gonna get these clones out. So like, I think to Echo, it's really important that someone out there has Rex's back, the same way the Batch have had his back. He's like, Rex is 501st, just like me. I've got to have his back. That's what I'm getting from Echo and his motivations here.
I'm now a little sad to think about what's going to eventually happen to Echo because it's not like we see him in Rebels.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure if they were going to kill off any of the Batch members, but now that Echo has made this choice, I'm like convinced he's going to die.
Because it's like he wasn't part of the Wolf Troop when we see everyone in Rebels again. So it's just like,
no. He was not. He's definitely not around by the time of Rebels, and I think he's going to die the most heroic fucking death, like sacrifice probably, in the Clone Rebellion, the Clone Uprising when it happens.
He'll be on that Chewbacca level of a moon falling on top of him. Yeah. Oh, dude.
Well, we just watched 2 episodes back to back, and it is far past my bedtime, so I think that's all we got. Do you have any final thoughts?
This story is just delivering. This series is absolutely just delivering. Filoni,
100% agreed.
Yeah, yeah, like, like there are a few, like the Bad Batch is just special because it's its own individual story and its own like signature group, but like the emphasis on the world building, I think, is something
Yes.
that's just like the chocolate syrup on the fucking sundae.
Fucking
It's
A,
like even if you're not
absolutely. And
necessarily like a fan of the Batch, there's still so much shit we've just learned about Camino, and there's so much stuff we just learned about the Stormtrooper program, and like
the Bad Batch keeps introducing new little interesting tidbits in a history that we already know, like how chain codes came to be, this, that, the phasing out of the clones and the rise of the Stormtrooper. Like these are all really fascinating moments in history. But for the most part, they're not giving us like new planets. We're going to a bunch of legacy planets and we're expanding them.
yes.
Like we're seeing more of the alleyways of Ord Mantell. Ord Mantell is more than just like a random location from SWTOR and where Han ran into the bounty hunter in Empire Strikes Back. Like now we know what it looks like. We know what the culture's like there. We know what the food is like there. Those are the ways in which it expands the universe that I super appreciate. Getting to see a very typical Imperial Senate session. Like that's expanding the context in ways that we didn't get before. We've seen so much Republic Senate action and even some fucking new Republic Senate, but like the Imperial Senate, it's cool to see that. It's cool to get to see that, just like it was in Andor,
Oh, dude, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I really love the Bad Batch for what it is. It's adventures every week, and I don't expect every single week to push the overarching narrative forward, and I don't think it is fair to have that expectation of this type of show.
Yeah.
This is more of a serialized storytelling that harkens back to the days when you'd get one episode per week, and sometimes it was just like the adventure of the week, and it didn't tie in.
Because it was character development. It was family growth.
And even if it wasn't character development, even if it was just a fun, weird, like side story adventure, there's nothing wrong with that. And it shouldn't feel the need to have to justify its existence just because it's not like chock full of plot resolution. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like this show is following in that tradition of storytelling, and there's nothing wrong with an episode that isn't all about the plot. I don't want to call it a filler episode because that term doesn't apply, I think, to a show like this.
No.
I think that's where a lot of the confusion comes from. The show gets criticized for being the kind of show that it is, and it's like, well, I'm sorry that you can't binge the whole season at once. I'm not in a rush for the story to end. The more little segues and side stories and avenues we get, like the better, the more rich the experience is going to be when you finally do finish the show.
Or rewatch other shows.
Totally.
See other
All right, mini rant over. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our reaction to The Bad Batch, Episode 8. This reaction was edited by Nerd Chronic to comply with fair use, trimmed down to 10 minutes here on YouTube. But if you want to check out the full-length, uncut version of this reaction, it is available on Patreon. There's a link in the description of the video to our Patreon page. Thanks again. And as always, may the Force be with you.